Okay, so we'll try this again. So I'm Griff Green, and I've been working to build communities around causes for a long time, since 2006. And I also got obsessed with digital currencies in 2013. And this is, I'm really excited to talk about this project because it's kind of the combination of both my obsessions. So it's not just my project, of course. It's actually a decentralized community, but the core team right now is Jordy, Grace, Wojtek, and I. And we're trying to bring communities, we're trying to re-engineer the way charities work today. Right now, I mean, there's a lot of great people that are trying to do amazing things in the charitable world. But there's some weird problems, right? Like, this is the homepage of the Cure Cancer Foundation. And it says, our goal is to put ourselves and the entire cancer industry out of business. I think that's a broken incentive model. I'm just going to throw that out there to you guys, right? In fact, I would say it defines an ethical dilemma. If you're the CEO of a charitable organization and you're trying to reach a stated objective, but you also happen to have this huge corporate entity with hundreds of people working to make sure your bureaucracy is running at full steam, you are stuck. If you actually achieve your stated objective, you have to lay off all those people. Now, these people are doing the best that they can, right? And they really want to make a change. Why is it that the people that are willing to sacrifice higher paying jobs to work in the nonprofit world end up actually losing their job when they're successful? This is too bad. And in my opinion, the reason is that they're trying to use the corporate business model to make the world a better place. And, I don't think that's the purpose of that business model. It's usually just to make as much money as you can. Now, charities are doing an amazing service. We need them, and especially like in the 80s, when you had a lot of people with a lot of money that want to make a change in the world, and then other people with the time and the energy to actually make that change. There was the charities would provide the service of actually connecting those two groups of people, and doing the value exchange and doing the communication between the two. But welcome to 2017, right? I mean, actually, we had this problem pretty well solved in 2013. It's 2010, if you really want to go deep with it, because Bitcoin has been doing amazing things for charity for a long time. If you go, I don't have much time, but if you go to GreenGiveth's website, you can actually send Bitcoin straight to Western Kenya, and they'll dig a well. And you can use their Give Tracker tool, and you can see exactly how it works. And even crazier than that, Dogecoin went nuts. I mean, they created algorithms on Reddit that would make tipping so easy that everyone was doing it with micropayments. Now, most of it was to incentivize awesome memes like wow charity kind of, great stuff. But it actually ended up taking on a life of its own and doing, helping a lot of mostly cute dogs and do cute dog charity stuff. But also it even, raised thousands of dollars to get the Jamaican bobsled team to the Olympics, right? Well, I think with Giveth, we're hoping to take a more serious approach, and actually with smart contracts, we can do a lot more than just that, right? So our goal is to build a system where doing good things is incentivized. Good people can be rewarded for doing good actions by a community that wants to see that change. We really want, the core of the Giveth model is just connecting the change makers to the donors and building a community around that with a result-based incentive structure as the core. With smart contracts, it's so easy. We can make transparency and accountability the default. And I really think that we can do a lot of good with this system. There's a lot of people that want to work, that they want to actually make a change. But they have jobs, they have lives. They may have like 2 or 3 hours a week to actually contribute. Well, with this system, they could come in and actually be rewarded for doing good things. There's a lot of money in charity, and it's almost taboo to talk about, but in the States alone, in the U.S., there was almost $400 billion given to charity in 2015. And, someone's making money off that. How about it be the actual people making as much change as possible? Oh, oops. Just killed my punchline. There's a big problem. There's a big problem in charities, in building internet charities. Huh? You guys guess it? So there's going to be way too many cat charities, for sure. But I'll use that as an example to show you how Giveth actually works. So it all starts with one person. We got Bob here. Bob is a cartoon character, obviously, but he also happens to live in Amsterdam, and he loves cats. He's dedicated his lives to helping cats. And he's actually a veterinary assistant, but he doesn't really want to work on the other animals. He just wants to work on cats. But he has a dream. His dream is to create a cat adoption and treatment center. He calls this the Cat Center. And he can't really do that because he lives in his mom's basement and with his 10 cats, and he doesn't really have the resources to actually make that happen. But he can go to Giveth.io and actually build his DCO, what we're calling a decentralized charitable organization. So it should take, of course, we don't have it all set up yet, but probably next year. It'll take him like an hour max to fill out a form where he can create the Holland Cat DCO. And he can get connected to other people that share his dream to, help the cats of Holland in their fight against fleas. So once you have a mass of people on this network, so he's going to have to hit social media and actually promote it. But once you have enough people together, they can actually, find ways to help each other. They can combine their resources and make a real change. Certain people can propose milestones on how they can help cats in their neighborhood, and people can fund it either from within the community or using the Giveth platform. So I want to introduce another character. She's a big fan of Giveth, obviously. Her name is Carol, and she also loves cats. But she's a CTO for a large corporation here in Paris. Well, she's a cartoon, but in this story, she's here in Paris. And she can't spend time actually helping cats, but she's got a lot of money. So she donates $50K to the Giveth platform and tags it for cats in Europe. And a portion of it gets sent to the Holland Cat DCO. The Holland Cat DCO has this awesome delegate, Dale. Dale loves cats. He's hanging out in Amsterdam, too. He actually knows Bob. He's a delegate. I should say that I'm assuming that we're using the liquid democracy model for this platform, for this the Holland Cat DCO. But of course, any governance structure can be tested with this platform. So anyway, and if you want to learn more about liquid democracy, definitely Google it. It's super cool. But I don't have time to explain it. So Dale doesn't actually just get her a portion of her money. He just gets to choose which projects to spend it on. So now Dale has found his crew, and he can actually start building his cat center. But he doesn't get the money beforehand. He actually gets it after he's achieved his milestones. So the Holland Cat, and to better show how this will work, the Holland Cat DCO actually uses status.im in this future world. And Carl was nice enough to give me a preview of how status.im would work with the Holland Cat DCO. So Bob would get on there in the chat room, and everyone's sending, cute little cat memes. But he says, "Hey guys, I got the permit to turn my mom's basement into an animal shelter." And he puts all the receipts and information to prove that he got the permits on Swarm. And then he actually calls the function to request the milestone payment right there in the chat so everyone can see. And then Dale happens to be his reviewer, so he approves the milestone payment after checking out the receipts on Swarms. And 10.5 Ether is sent to Bob. Now, 3 of those Ether were actually Carol's, and we're going to make sure that she gets a little email to show her exactly where a portion of her funds went, and then she can get those warm, fuzzy feelings that helping cats can only give. Our design parameters are really just our core values. We want to make donating simple and easy. That's the first thing. We're doing everything open source. We're pushing it live as quickly as we can. We're actually the first DCO, GreenGiveth itself. So we've been using our platform since November. Now it has a cool UI, although it's still, we actually just launched it yesterday, so we're still pushing it out, but it's out there, and you can see every Ether that has been donated to GreenGiveth. It's out there on the blockchain, and you can see it on our website and how it's been spent. And if you really, if this idea excites you, come join our Slack and be part of the change. Thank you.